stop there. Thank you.
All right.
Alex,
My brother Alice, thank you so
Alex.
much. You see, we cannot really argue this because this evening now we are going to say it how it is. We are going to interject each other's. We're having an evening discussion.
Okay.
For me, I asked myself as well after I watched a bit of that video. That's why you see that I left Iris Finance questions right there on the screen. You know, if Al Mustafa, giving all this information, but why now? Why is he doing it now? What is he expecting? What is he aiming for? Because to be honest, these people, none of them I really trust like that because all of them have a mission. They have a reason why they are doing what they're doing. So I like the way you tackled it, Alice. So let's hear from Mr. Pansat, who have
CN said he has a question.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. CM, you have a question, please.
I did. Alex, do you agree with me that I know your analysis bordered on leadership, which I agree. I don't know, but what I want to let you know is, do you agree with me that when you have a leader who has a personal love for his people, things will change, irrespective of the resources available or the circumstances under which he came to power. But if he has a personal love for his people, just like the way you love whatever you can cherish, the situation of that country will change. Do you believe that?
Yes. The foundation of every development in books I've read has always come from patriotism and love for one's land. You can never develop what you don't love. So for me, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana fought the British to a standstill with a pen and paper. I've gone to America to read books about Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X. That is how Ghana became Ghana. Nelson Mandela loved his people. He was in jail for 27 years and came out and did his best. So for me, Nigeria Watch is always here on a daily basis because he loved his people. He could have used his platform to advertise for Gucci or for any products like other people are doing with respect to them. So it's love that makes us to gather here at this time, even if now it's past midnight here where I'm talking from. It's love. So love what you don't love. Our leaders don't love our nation. The only man I see love radiate from his comments nowadays in the political cinematography of Nigeria is Mr. Peter Obi. Right now, you can see the passion. You don't need to be told. A man's eyes are the windows of his heart. If you want to know a man, look at his eyes, you will see it. You see the wickedness or the love. When I look at that man, I see love. I hope God keep him alive in the midst of these wolves, tigers. So guys, love is all we need. We need people who have love, people whose antecedents can prove to you that they love their vicinity, their compound, their street, their locality, or their state. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's hear from Mr. Pansat now. Mr. Pansat, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, sir. Hello, everybody, panelists, especially those in our comment section. The sweetest mom of all, Mommy Diaspora, she really, really makes us proud in that comment section. Policy said keeps troublemakers away. Now, I'm very, very proud of this platform and all the Nigerians that come up here with love to tackle the issues. And of course, a lot goes to Niger Watch. He's some kind of star. I really don't know his background that well, but I noticed that every time he's on, that's a pull. It's like a star. It's here among us. So whatever it is, what I've noticed is that it's fair and he's been moderating, calling it the way it is, like a true Nigerian should be. Aside from P2B, Niger Watch will be the next person that can bring the country together. Now, there was an earlier section which had my blood boiling. There were a lot of people, even people such as John E. was a mega star here today. He had a lot of points. Mr. Niger Watch, Elvis was agreeing with him a lot. But because I have a lot to talk about, I'm going to rush through it. So allow me to first say hello to Mr. Niger. I mean, to Niger. To Niger, I'm going to be bouncing some questions off of you. So you just give me a snappy answer. It's not about you. It's just so that I will assure myself that I'm in the right way. Let me ask you, first of all, first, let me say that I will talk about Omoyele Showore a little bit. I will talk about Obedea Maelefa. I don't know if you know. Maelafia, exactly. Yes, I'll talk about him a little bit. I'll talk about Hamza Mustafa and answer the poster
Yeah,
there.
I hope, Mr. Pansa, I hope you are aware, Omoyele Sowore, they have merged their party together today.
With who? I have no idea. Who did they merge it with?
They have merged a party together with one PROP party like that. I don't know them.
Okay, something like that. Okay, cool.
Okay,
Yeah, so
Mushood Abiola's party. I mean, Abiola's child. Okay.
Okay, cool. At least he's working with somebody. I just wanted him to work get along with somebody else, not just you by yourself. So also, CM, I will bounce off some of my questions with you. Now, the framework I'm laying here doesn't mean I'm going to take a whole lot of time, but I would take more than normal because I couldn't participate in the earlier session. So with your permission and without objection, that's my plan. So to Niger, the first question I was going to ask you is, if Peter Obi, for example, has a pending charges on his head right now about conspiracy to commit treasonable felony by staging a revolution or committing the actual offense of reasonable felony or cyber crime offenses or money laundering. Let's just say Nigerian government accused him of that, right? Now or in the past, and he's running for president. Would you vote for him?
That's a tricky one. If just because they accuse him, if I don't believe them, I will vote for him. And if I believe he wants to commit treason for the right reasons, I will vote for him.
Okay, thank you. Would you vote for Peter Obi right now, no matter what?
No matter what, but I will vote for Peter Obi. if I find that Peter Obi is the head of a child sex ring, am I going to vote for him? No. But now, I will vote for him, everything being equal.
Okay, very good. Because the reason why I say that is that right now, there is a tendency to try to hold us at a much, much higher standard. Somebody such as Showore, who's accused of money laundering offenses, we know it's not true. Cybercrime, committing an actual offense of treasonable felony, conspiracy to commit treasonable felony, just like Nnamdi Kanu is accused of that. Okay, so we can even go as far as saying because Showore is accused of this treasonable felony, nobody from his tribe or wherever he claims to be from should ever run for president because Showore committed treasonable felony. Even Showore himself can say, sometimes he come out and he accused people, say, Nigerian government accused you of fraud. But look, Nigerian government is accusing you of felony. We're not holding you to that standard because they have to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, I run very quickly because of time to Obedea Maelafia. Okay? Maelafia. This man was a banker. He was at some point a deputy governor of the bank. Very educated man, very fair man. He was running around the country trying to warn the country about all kinds of conspiracy from certain people, ethnic cleansing in the country. You know that this man died under mysterious circumstances shortly after. Nigerians they didn't care. They pinned it on him dying from COVID-19. But a spokesman from Sokapu narrated how he died. That's Southern Kaduna People's Union. Confirmed that following he was harassed by Department of State Services for a very long time. So he was running from one place to the other to hide. The last place he took refuge was in Makurdi. So on a certain Saturday, this guy was denied access to Gwagwalada Hospital. They refused to treat him. And if you read what happened to this man, you can't believe how they murdered this guy. Nigerians he's fighting for, they don't care. So now we'll come to Hamza Mustafa. To Niger, I've seen you on other platforms and here praising Hamza Mustafa. Let me see how far you will go. Do you think he should be president? If he had a chance, would you allow him to be president of Nigeria?
That's a good one.
Okay, good. I'll take that as a yes for purposes of my question. That's enough. Okay.
No. It's not a yes, so it's not a yes because I've never evaluated.
Okay, but it's not a no. It's not a no, right? I don't have all day.
I like his security posture. So yes, I like his security posture.
And you also, at least then, don't mind him to be in the cabinet, say defense.
Definitely not.
Definitely. No. Okay. You know that Hamza Mustafa was the aide de camp, what they call ADC, to Abacha, right?
Yes.
You know he's a highly trained military officer.
Yes.
Okay. And you know that he is actually the one who organized all kinds of things under Sani Abacha.
Yes.
When he seized power in 1993.
Yes.
Up to including arranging the sections of the country at North Central. He has all kinds of spies there. Northeast, Adamawa State, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Taraba, Oda, Yobe. Northwest, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano. Southeast, Abia, Anambra, South, all the Southwest.
Brother, all over the world, brother.
Yes. And
those days.
This man was accused of targeted killings all over our country. The only reason why you don't see him as president today is because he killed some important people from the Southwest, including Abiola's wife.
Kudirat.
If he didn't do that, he'll be president today. But this man killed so many people. Even before he got involved with Abacha, his earlier life shows that he was involved in at least 2 coups. He's no Democrat. He's a strong man who was very complicit in seizing power, eliminating so many people. But you don't care.
Of course I do care.
No, hold on. You can't care and say what you say. Because
of course I will say what I'm saying.
If you have information, if you have military information, intelligence information, the only way to dispense it to, if you care about the population now, because that's growth. Somebody can be a horrible person 20 years ago, a decade ago, even a generation ago, and then change. But your reward should not be the presidency. You write a book or you go to the people and you talk to them, like some other things he's doing on the campaign. But for you, of all people, who is so reluctant to endorse somebody who you would consider an angel compared to Mustafa Obi is an angel, you are very reluctant. I mean, you've made progress and I appreciate it. I've given you credit for that. But I'm not directing this at you. It's Nigerians, people such as yourself. The hypocrisy of Nigerians stinks to high heavens. You're sanctimonious and you're holding other areas, such as, you know what we've suffered at the hands of Nigerians? People from the Southeast. We can't even talk. But some people say, are we the only ones suffering? No, we're not. Look at this Malafia, got killed. People in minority areas, they're subject to exactly the same thing we're subject to, but you don't talk about it.
Okay, can I return a question?
No. Thank you. So what I'm saying to you is that we have a chance. Obi is not an Igbo candidate. A lot of evil Igbos don't support him.
Yes.
A lot of them. But even if when we say that, I don't know, maybe they don't believe us. You name off any of these Igbo governors, Igbo people with power that come from Northerners that gave them those powers. Who amongst them support Obi? None.
Nobody.
And we could say it, sometimes it's held against us. They say, hey, look, Igbo man, you don't call. Go and hold your governors accountable. The same corporate saying that doesn't see the log in his own eyes. Have you removed your own governor? Is your governor any good? When in Germany, when this senator that's now in London, charged with all kinds of things, including harvesting organs and everything, he was beat up and sent back home. So you have your Showore accused of all kinds of things, the worst crime anybody could commit against a state. But to the Igbo man, Showore is not that guy. He's innocent. Think about any other person, or whatever his name is, my life here, is a good guy. We support him. There's nobody in any section of this country that has produced a good guy that we don't support. You want to open Amateko? We support you because you need to defend your land from Fulanis coming to kill your people. We support you. Set up that goddamn Amateko, right? We support you. You in the Niger Delta and the people are coming there to take your oil, and you say no, we support you. Even some of our people go in there carrying their AKs as well to defend your oil. There's no section of this country that's producing any good human being or fighting any cause that we're against. So why aren't we brothers? Why are we so bad? If you're supporting Obi, Obi is not an Igbo candidate. As a matter of fact, if all of us, if every Igbo is going Obi, then you should feel bad about that, because then we're trying to bring an Igbo person to come and rule Nigeria. Obi is not an Igbo candidate. It's everybody's candidate. Everybody. He will not put up with anybody being marginalized. I don't care where you're from. Would I do that? No, I won't do that, because I'm not that kind of a guy. I feel that our people have been killed. I feel that we're marginalized. So I won't be that magnanimous. No. But I'm not the candidate. That's why I'm not running. So when we're doing it together in brotherhood, that's why this is the opportunity to do the right thing. If we apply what Obi is being subject to any section of this country, nobody can imagine a candidate. If we say there's Boko Haram in the Northeast, how do we know if Atiku becomes president, Boko Haram won't take over the country, which is their mission anyway? Would Atiku be a candidate? No, don't be a hypocrite. The answer is no. Is it Tinubu? First of all, if we apply to him, a Nigerian is not being president, right? Because obviously it's not a Nigerian. We don't know where the hell he comes from. Would Buhari be president if we apply that kind of thing, based on his antecedents in 1983 when he committed a coup d'etat? First of all, if Obi had committed a coup d'etat, would he be a presidential candidate? He committed a coup d'etat and killed so many people, killed people extrajudiciously, used decrees, especially Decree 2, and so many others to menace the country, but he was able to run. So I am pleading with everybody, because I don't want you to be that you're doing us a favor. You're doing yourself a favor. One of your brothers is running for president, and it's a good candidate that's going to make your country proud. And his name is Peter Obi. So go get your PVC. It's Mama, Papa, Pikin. Labour Party. That's what you're going to see there. You're not going to see Obi's picture. On top of that, he's got a cool vice president to boot, a very smart, no-nonsense guy in Ahmed Dati, Baba Ahmed Dati. He's a great vice president. So I appreciate the honor I've been given. I had a lot of things to say, but let me leave it there for now. So somebody else. Mr. Kundaye, I wanted to talk to you, but I'm going to do it the next time around. Thank you very much.
All right.
You dodged the question, but it's all right.
Oh, no, go ahead. What is it? I didn't want you to take my time. What is the question?
Yeah, because you were saying that that's the people that did some of all those things were like evil, and Peter Obi is a saint. I take it that your idea of leadership is that your hands don't get dirty. What if these people were doing it for the greater good, just like Stalin did, and resulted in the death of millions. But by the time it was done, the country was one of the most powerful countries in the world. What if that's what they believed they were doing?
Well, there are things like that. Obviously, that's not what I mean. If you look at what Hamza Mustafa is accused of doing, I mean, he's been to panels, Oputa panel, very bright.
Stalin did far worse.
No, hold on. I'm answering your question, right? But let's just limit it to Hamza. In his case, I'm not saying that his information should die with him. No, he's supposed to. If he's changed, he needs to give up some of those information to help the country. If he's a patriot, the reward is not being given presidency or anybody allowing him back near the seat of power. The kind of Nigeria we're going to be trying to build right now, it's not going to rest on individuals. It's not going to be a man. It's not going to be worshiping idol. It's supposed to be the law and the people. It's not supposed to be, because a lot of youngsters such as yourself, that's what you do. He comes, he talks, and then you fall in love with a man. Is the law. Somebody who committed the source of atrocities these guys committed, he was a trained intelligence officer. He wasn't stupid. He didn't do it out of ignorance. He abused power and killed so many people. I'm not gonna, because he didn't kill any of my people, that's my family member or something like that, sanction him hurting and killing Kudera Abiola, for example. Even if he didn't do it, he had the power to stop something like that. This man was very powerful.
I think you have been a little bit disingenuous, really. If you, let's count, okay, now let's do the numbers. Sure. How many people did this man kill?
Hold on.
That you're talking about?
I will talk on that. How many? Okay. This guy killed a lot of people.
Let's put a number on it. 1,000.
Let me hear that to Alex. Alex, go ahead.
For me, my dear brother, there's a course I read in school. It's called military government, using Nigeria as a case study. My brother, I use Abacha regime as my project. The things I found, Abacha regime, also the civil war, I was asked to choose. I studied all of them before I presented the final one to my professor. The things I found out about this guy, Mustafa, this is why they remove history from Nigerian schools these days, and they are planning to even wipe away government studies right now. So for me, my dear brother, the source this guy took for Abacha, you can never ascertain. Can we talk about the mass graves this guy supervised? The mass grave. Do you know what it is to have a mass grave?
Which mass grave did he supervise?
It's oh my dear, that's what you will say. This guy was the number one right-hand killer of Sani Abacha. He was the number one right-hand killer. Abacha never left his office. Yeah. You listen, my brother.
Let me reclaim my time.
Alex, you are not on point.
Yeah, let me reclaim my time. Mr. Okunde, did you want to say something? I don't know if it was.
Yes, I wanted to say something.
I'm going to yield you 30 seconds because I think my time is almost run out. Okay, go ahead. I'm yielding you 30 seconds.
Stalin's regime was said to have been responsible for the death of about 20 million people. One regime.
Tonight, I'm yielding a lot of time.
And we are acting as if this guy is the Hitler of the world. How many did he kill?
Hold on. Mr. Kundaye, go ahead, sir.
The reason of we people, if you have people in militaries, you will know the purpose of these people still coming back. The one you see when this man came back, what is his name? The Chipazi. He still wiped his enemy. Now Buhari came, still killing his own enemy. This one is still coming. It is not just coming because he loves Nigeria so much. No, it's coming because there are people he still hates, which he wants to wipe. That we are blocking him. I mean,
that is what they do. That's what they do, my brother. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you. That was insightful. Mr. Breadman, did you say you against? Did you want to say anything against that?
No. What I'm trying to say is that Al Mustafa was a man under authority. And if you understand the protocol of the military, you have to follow the last order. So why would you now hold him, in contempt for somebody that was doing his job.
Okay, thank you. That's a key. That's true. But if you remember, during the Second World War, Hitler did not just go by himself murdering people. He had henchmen, and after that, up to today, the Jews, one of the things they say is that we will never forget. They hunt down even if you were just a gate man somewhere and you participated.
Mr. Pastor, let me ask you this question.
Yes,
did you listen to the series of the Oputa panel in which Al Mustafa was?
Yes, I watched it.
Hold on, let me tell you. In that Oputa commission, by the way, I want to recommend that for to Niger and the
discussion
Oputa panel. Mustafa was held, questioned. He was accused of plotting at least 4 coups from prison before being moved to Kirikiri maximum prison. 4 coups. Yes, he was tortured there, put in chains in solitary and everything else in the maximum.
And just to add to that, sir, Mustafa was said to have sponsored the killing of Ken Saro-Wiwa. He monitored the killing of Ken Saro-Wiwa of Ogoniland and 7 others who were just agitating.
Let me tell you.
You see how Igbo talk. The guy was just a major taking orders from generals.
Yeah, to Niger. That does not exonerate some. You don't know how high this guy was. Even maybe without him, Abacha would have been a choir boy.
Even if he was
to Niger, please. You have been talking. I haven't got a chance. I think my time is almost run out here. Maybe Mr.
Just like the way Abacha were taking order from Babangida.
So Allow Mr. Pastor to continue.
That's not me. That's Mr. Kundaye.
Yeah, now I'm going to answer this thing with 1 minute. Many people are not going to like what I'm going to say, but I have to say it, okay? Because it was referenced here. Now, if you remember during the war, before the war, Ojukwu and Biafrans went to Aburi in Ghana to make a deal. Yeah. And they struck a deal. When they came back, Ken Saro-Wiwa was the one that says, hey, my people, just like two Nigerians doing, so many people from the South are doing. Say, hey, the Igbos are going to dominate us. We want to be on the other side. We don't want to be with Biafrans. We don't like the Igbos that dominate in their this and their that.
Yes,
and that, right?
I'm aware of that.
So what then happened? You see, most people, when they talk about Ken Saro-Wiwa, and when this Mustafa whacked him, that's his side. He chose those people. As a Biafran, we weren't going to let that happen with impunity. Yeah. No, we weren't going to let that happen. Ken Wiwa is one of our people. Up to today, you're never going to hear another Igbo person tell you what I just told you right now. But he was one of the big problems for us. That's why we went to war. Without
and Ojukwu loved him so well.
You know what I'm saying? So
excuse me. Not that Ojukwu loved him. He was given a position in Biafra as the administrator of Ogoni area and Bonny. He was given under Biafra, but he betrayed. So he's an insider in Biafra.
Right. So yes, that's what I'm saying. He betrayed, but Ojukwu joined closer. He betrayed Ojukwu.
Listen, this is the background. Just one moment, Pastor. Please.
Don't go too deep into it.
I'm not going too far.
Okay.
Ken Saro-Wiwa was a very brilliant student at Government College Umuahia. From there to University College Ibadan. When he finished, he was a lecturer, English department, University College Ibadan. When the Igbos were leaving UCH and Ibadan, going back to the east because of Biafra, Saro-Wiwa stayed. The Yorubas told him, they are your people, you go. They drove him away. Saro-Wiwa moved from Ibadan to Enugu to come and complain to Ojukwu. Ojukwu said, don't worry, join us. Let us liberate ourselves. He gave Saro-Wiwa the administrator of Bonny Island and the Ogoni area. Saro-Wiwa was in charge. Later he betrayed. After this, and then he said no, he's not going again. He went back to the federal side. In fact, if I tell you what he did to enter Port Harcourt from Aba, the Biafrans were able to barricade that place so that the federal troops will not come in. Saro-Wiwa went and then took them from Ahoada area, just like to cordon them off. That was why one of the losses of Biafra and Biafran troops in that war was that Port Harcourt sector. That was how they were able to get to Ogoni Island. Go and read the history. Thank you.
We say these things here now not to provoke our brothers or our people. We're all cool now. We're beyond that. We're moving forward. But I just want you to know that without him, there would have been no Biafran war, because we would have had the autonomy we're seeking, which is what we're fighting for today. The Yorubas are fighting for the same thing. Everybody's fighting for autonomy, to be able to...
Yeah, fighting to return to where we were before we were enslaved and colonized. That's sensible.
Very clever. Nobody don't start to the fight now. Because
let me ask a question.
Well, now the only thing we are fighting here is
ask everybody a question. Can I ask everybody a question now? Because I think everybody's easy to criticize Al Mustafa. So
I wanted to say something, but the people are saying it will still their turn. Please.
Okay. You can go. Go ahead,
Mr. Peter Okudaye, go ahead.
Thank you very much. This our brother said he has a secret that he although he said he has wrote it in a paper before, this thing they call novel and those things he wrote. He has secret of Nigeria. Which of the secret did he have? Is it the secret that joined Nigeria together, or the secret that where they keep the money of Nigerians, or the secret of who is the next person they want to kill? Because Mustafa is saying this thing so that Nigerians will not have mercy on them as okay. It's a change man, just like my brother said. That although for me, I like Abacha in one hand. I will still see the reason of that. Then, but for Mustafa to become president of Nigeria, may God never allow him to exist.
Amen.
Because he's not coming there because he like Nigeria at all. He's coming there to start to continue their benefit of the military, which is to them. Today they are crying that democracy are taking it away from them. They will still if you have people in military who have retired now, you will see that they will say all these common bloody civilian are not taking our glory. If you have them, as I'm telling you today, they will say all these bloody civilians are not taking our glory. So that is why they want to continue those things in the name of civilian. They don't want to leave power, but they don't want to give position to those young people to do any overthrow again. So that is why they are looking. That is why they are looking. That is why they are looking for a chance of them rotating the power between themselves. Whether you come from cost.
Let me conclude and give it back to Niger Watch. Let me tell you something to Niger. Although we've already mentioned that in June 1996, Kudera Tabela was murdered, and of course, in October of 1998, Hamza was accused of that, right? It was jailed. But at the trial, Sergeant Barnabas Jabila said that he was obeying orders from his superior, Al Mustafa. Al Mustafa and 4 others were also charged in 1996 attempted murder of Alex Ibru, publisher of the Guardian newspaper. And of course, what is his name? Chief of Naval Staff, Isaac Pobeni. So there are so many people. Forget about the ones that were buried in mass graves, unknown Nigerians, let's say guards that try to stop him. Let's say he wants to get to Ibru, maybe he will massacre 4 or 5. Those people's names don't even show up. So he's a mass murderer. He's a killer. You
see, no evidence, but just accusations.
No, there are a lot of evidence. There are evidence, my brother.
Are you smarter than
He says unknown. You said unknown. You don't know.
No, there are a lot of evidence. We can do our research and bring them here on Niger Watch.
Pansa, there are unknown people you have killed. You know, nobody knows them, but I know you have killed a lot of people. Pansat.
Hold on, excuse me.
That's not true.
Exactly. You can't just make stuff up.
No. Mr. Tunaja, El Mustafa is a murderer obeying the last order.
Point of order.
Sure.
Tunaja, let us start by you going to listening to the series of the Oputa panel. Because
I'm telling you.
You start from
I've
there.
seen some of it.
Go and watch all of them. You get more. You get information.
But that is even besides my point.
If you know who Mustafa is, you will not listen to him.
Okay, let me ask Alex and Pansan. I think both of you have this
Before you ask that, my brother, because I know him, I was very reluctant to even comment before I started, because I know a lot about him, a whole lot, 1,000,001 information about him, and it's shaded in blood, tears, and sorrow.
Okay, so
all right. We should remember we have other people here. Remember, we have other people here that have not said anything at all. So if they want to speak, please, we should give them the time as well. Thank you.
15 seconds question. The ones that have this righteous indignation against Mustafa, if they tell you today 1 point something billion Africans are going to be saved by your actions, but all you need to do was sacrifice 50,000 people, would you do it?
Mr. Najawash, please. Mr. Najawash, please call the next person to talk, please.
Because they are not ready. They think leadership is a game.
Mr.
They think this is a PlayStation game.
To Nigeria, thank you. Mustafa, we are not sacrificed for Nigeria to save.
I just Najawash, call the next person, I beg. I cannot listen to a mother, I beg.
I
think
you're not ready.
All right.
The argument is not whether
let's hear from Breadman.
The argument is not whether Mustafa killed
let's
a lot
hear
of
from
people.
Breadman.
Yeah, the argument is not whether Mustafa killed a lot of people. Yes, he did. But my only, analysis of what he did was that he was following the last order. So, but Tunanja, if your argument is that he did not kill a lot of people, that means you do not know the history and you should go and seek for more information, because that guy killed a lot of people, but he was following orders. Has he repented? Is it possible for a bad person to change? I believe so. Yes. So, but do I want him to be the president of Nigeria? My answer is no. But can he be resourceful in a new Nigeria, in the sense that, with the information he has, we're going to use it to sanitize the system? I believe so. That's my position.
Why do they always look for presidency? All these military people. Why do they always want to aim at presidency?
I told you just now that they said the militaries, the generals, they said these bloody civilians are taking their glory and not giving them command. So they must do anything by team to rotate the power.
You said in civil war, does that make you a president?
So they must do anything by team to rotate the power. Did you know Major Che Gaba? He said he's even praying to have Batome to come. It's from Weho Road, but they call it Jigaba. It's from one local government.
I'm very suspicious of this. All those military guys that took part in civil war.
So
they should all go and sit down. They should all go and sit down. All of them. They should go and sleep.
Who we are generals?
He should write book. Mustafa should write book and go and sleep.
Right. Alex, hold on, please. Let's hear from Ophelia. Ophelia, thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Talk to us.
Good evening. It's nice being together with you on this platform. I think it's about my second time coming on today.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's about this Mustafa thing again.
Yeah.
You see, we are very good people, east, west, north, and south. I went to school in Benin, and I had my best friends were Aliu Zakari and his younger brother. They were from Kaduna State. And then when we were in school, nobody knew where anybody was from. All we had was the love that we share. And while I was in school then, my uncle was in an NDA with Al Mustafa and one of the ICOMOs. And so these people when they were in the NDA, they come over to the house and I have to polish their shoes. I'm just being glad that my brother, my uncle was a military man, I was about to become a military man. Nobody needs to die for Nigeria to get better. What is actually happening to our country is because of the resources we have. For Pidgin English, they talk say mango way ripe. Now they attract too many stones. It's because of how rich we are when it comes to resources, both human and natural. That's why we are being attacked. All these distractions you are seeing, if they want to steal our oil, they bring a distraction, using the Boko Haram. When they want to steal the precious stone in the north, they bring the distraction of unknown gunmen in the south. They are unseen hands operating in Nigeria that we do not even know anything about. But good officers like Al Mustafa are the ones that are going to help us to actually understand our problem. Um, Talking about how dangerous Al Mustafa is, don't forget that when Abacha died, it was only him that knew that Abacha was dead. And he invited all the members of the Supreme Military Council to the villa. He had, and if they are coming to the villa, he takes their, they have to leave their ammunitions before they come into the villa. They have to relieve of their ammunitions, and he only had the guns with him, and he had the soldier men. He could have killed all this if being president was his primary focus. He would have killed all the senior officers and become the president. That would have been a very easy way to become the president of Nigeria. So all these arguments of him being so terrible and coming to the limelight now because he wants to become president. Why didn't he in 1998 kill all the chiefs, the military chiefs and the navy chiefs, and then become the president and now become the Thomas Sankara of Nigeria? But he actually invited them over and told them that this man is dead. He did what an officer is supposed to do. You see, in Nigeria, when somebody tells us somebody is a thief, we don't bother to go and research to find out if actually this person is a thief. Or even if it's a thief, what was the situation of him taking that as a trade to become a thief? What was the situation? Was the mother sick in hospital and he needed money desperately, and he said, let me just do this for one time and just go and steal to save my mother? Because it's a different thing that your father is rich, you're wealthy, but you still went ahead to steal because you are greedy. But there's a situation whereby your wife is sick in the hospital. Everywhere you turn, the door is closed, and you say, okay, what other choice do I have but to take this option of stealing? So like for Peter Obi, I'm not supporting Peter Obi because he's an Igbo man. Even if he was from Kaduna, I would still support him to be president, because what I look at is not what you are showing me, like what he's saying. I've been following Peter Obi since 2018. I didn't even know he would come up to this, because I'm just interested in knowing people and knowing what's wrong with Nigeria. You know, so I was just full. I say this. So we still have this kind of people. I never knew we still had this kind of people in Nigeria. I thought everybody that was in politics, even my own sister, I don't speak to her most of the time because she's a member of the PDP, and she tells me how they snatch boxes at the polling centers, and at one time they almost killed her. I said, you know what you are looking for in politics? I am not part of it. I don't even talk to her most of the time because I hate what's happening to Nigeria, because we have one of the most beautiful places in the world. The creeks in the south. These are the kind of things we go to Seychelles on holiday. We go to Barbados. People like what's the name? Reno. They travel on holiday. Colombia, Venezuela. These are the kind of things we go to see. The kind of things we already have in Jos, in Port Harcourt. That's what we travel abroad to go and see. So I'm not supporting Peter Obi because of what he said, but I am supporting him because of what he has done, his track record. Because he's only somebody. That's why when you're going in search of a job, you tell them you are this, you are that. They say, okay, let's see what you have done before. Is actually what he has done before? That's why I'm following him. I'm not following him based on what people say about him. That's why when Toludo came up with his story, it didn't even hold water, because a lot of people have gone to search out what kind of a person is, even for the fact that I've never seen a presidential candidate carry his luggage. And that is what the mayor of my city here, in the summer, he goes to work with bicycle. And sometimes if he said, if I need it, sometimes there was a time I was applying for a house in the community here and I didn't get it. I wrote him a letter and he actually approved. He actually sent a letter to the community, to the council office, and the apartment was, the house was approved for me. You know, this is a mayor that just somewhere around the corner. I said, can you just ask, can you imagine me accessing the governor, having access to the governor of Lagos State, being a foreigner that have only came here to live 18 years ago? You know, these are the kind of things we look forward to see in Nigeria. We're not looking for, Nigerians are very hardworking people. All of us that came here 18 years ago, some of us have hotels in Nigeria. If we were in Nigeria right now, it will be a very, it probably will be begging for food or running around like Kiamu and Reno begging for money. But all of us that came here 18 years ago, we can boast of something, not something we got through criminal means, not something we got through politics, something we got from our own hard work, because the system is working. So we actually need a system that is working. We actually need forthright people. I'm not seeking that, okay, maybe Al Mustafa should become the president of Nigeria, but at least there is something in his head, just like Anini of Edo State. If Nigeria was a country, he would have been maybe he would have been useful for the EFCC or for the anti-crime whatever in Nigeria. But we are so quick to destroy people. We don't even find out why did this person get into this crime in the first place. Like when I watch crime fighters, if you listen to these people, you find out they are just looking for ways to survive. No, even the military has not murdered enough people as the civilian governments that we have now, as the democratic we don't even know how many people that have died in this election since it started. Do you know how many people that have died? Is it the military? Are we in a military regime that a state, somebody like Wike will say that River State is no go area? What gives him the power to do that? So please let's not just destroy people. Let's go deeper into the individuals and find out what's good about them and use it. If Al Mustafa is this dangerous, I could have brought all the service chiefs together and just kill all of them and become the forever president of Nigeria. But he didn't do that.
The head of state, yes.
Yeah, he could have become the head of state of Nigeria and stayed in power even until now. But he didn't. He had that opportunity. He didn't do that. Please let us think very deeply. Let's stop being very, very shallow-minded and listen to what Nigerian news is telling us, because everything they tell us that is news in Nigeria is actually not the news. It's just a distraction. When they want to steal the oil, they send the Boko Haram to do one thing in the north, and everybody's focus will go there, and they will come and steal the oil that they want. If they want to take the precious stone in the north, they distract you by Biafra, IPOB, and all that, and you get focused on the IPOB whatever, and they do whatever they want to do in the north. And the Chinese, the Americans, the English are involved in all these deals. But just because we are very shallow people, we just go by what we hear on the news. Al Mustafa killed 20 million people. How is that possible? How is that possible, please?
Let me tell you, it's very, 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 very possible. It's not just possible, he did it. He's accused of drug dealing. There's so many. This is this is not a choir boy. If he wants to go and open a private security outfit, fine. He could be called a consultant. But are you really telling me that if you go through that Oputa commission, you can watch it on YouTube? It's all over the place.
I've seen Oputa commission. I have seen the.
Mr. Pansa, did you acknowledge that in the Oputa commission he was kind of prevented from saying a lot of things?
He was represented and he was questioned by so many people for various crimes.
Yeah, guys, children, people are listening to this platform. We must say the truth. Mustafa is not a good man.
No, it's not.
We must say the truth.
Can I jump in? Can I just jump in real quick? You know, I don't know why we like to. Is it that there's nobody in Edo States that has a PhD from Harvard or a global citizen that started a business that is acknowledged as a good person? Why are you guys sitting here talking about Mustafa, who's clearly a criminal, who's clearly a murderer? It's like last time I came here several times ago when they thought that Lamido Sanusi was going to be Peter Obi's vice president. People were jumping up and down. I said, that guy's a criminal. I said, in fact, that guy's a murderer. That guy was implicated in the murder of Akaluka back in 1996 or whatever. And Abacha is one of the people that saved him from going to jail or being killed. He's a murderer.
And moreover, the way he became a king in Islam, he was going to be picked up after he stole a lot of money on that Goodluck government. Immediately,
exactly.
Yeah, he bought his way. He told that emirship.
Yes,
I know Lamido is a very big criminal. I know that.
Please, I want to say something.
Just 1 second. I was there when Hamza Mustafa came to Dr. Damage's show, and Tunaja was there, and I told him, I mean, it's a laugh. That's the difference between our side of the country. You haven't been through what we've been through already. If we produce a Hamza Mustafa, would you be saying the things you're saying right now?
Nobody will listen.
Anybody for example, if Hamza Mustafa was an Igbo, it qualifies him for Yoruba to vote for him to be president because why? He murdered one of our people. But we're not like that. We're not gonna go. We're gonna reciprocate. We love every part of this country because he killed that Kudarat. And in the brutal way he did it, plus Abiola himself, the circumstance of his death, we're going to have to clean out this country.
It wasn't a lot of people.
We can't go on trying to lionize and idolize people such as Hamza Mustafa. For what?
Please.
What kind of person would be considering such a thing today?
You are actually debating whether somebody like Mustafa should be the president of Nigeria. Are you?
No, that's not. That's not.
That's not the debate. No, that's not the debate.
That's not debating.
Please, I want to say something. Please, I want to say something. Please, I want to say something.
Please. What? One moment, please. What we have kind of agreed on was, given what Mustafa is revealing, let him put it in a book.
In a book, period. And shut up.
There are one or two things exactly.
But he said he already has a book.
He's accessory to so many information. He's accessory to so many information. If he can divulge what happened under Abacha and how they conspired against the country and put it in a book, at least as a sort of what is it called, sort of a period of catharsis, then future
then we'll put him on a lie detector test. I could never believe this.
No, lie detector test. No. We already know
it's not reliable.
So let him his idea of military and all these things.
He has a book already. He has a book already. I said it.
So that
he should write a book and forget about presidency. He should write a book and forget about presidency.
That's what he's saying.
But he's not a contender. He's not a contender for the presidency.
No, he is. He's an aspirant.
He's an aspirant, but he's not contending.
He's
not contending. How many people know this?
People, period.
He's contending now because he's on the platform.
He's a trained intelligence officer. He's gone through.
He has a party.
But we must realize that many Nigerians are not informed. History has been cancelled from our curriculum in school. That's the problem. Many people are gullible. They don't know.
Exactly. People will still.
Alex, please, I want to correct something.
Okay, let me ask this question.
One of our brothers. Hello, before your question, please. Before your question, one of our brothers said just now that in our state, if there is people who did not go to school or go to Harvard, person going to Harvard University, what did he went there to obtain? Is ordinary paper.
This is why you like
ordinary paper. Person who go to come in Nigeria.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that point. Please, can you come with that question? Was he saying we have people who went to school in Edo State?
I really do not
Just
understand.
that, okay, for me,
Let me repeat
Johnny
myself.
say we no go school for Edo State.
Let me
Simple.
repeat
Pepper,
Wanna
I
myself.
no be
fire am.
ordinary pepper.
That wetin talk be
listen
that.
well.
Na skill,
Who go
not
to
knowledge.
Ava, who go to
No, no.
Oxford,
Who said that? Is it Mr. John He or what? Who said that? That we didn't go to
John
What you
Na
went
Edo
there
State?
to
Mr. Johnny
obtain,
talk am. He say una
when
no
you
go
went there
school
to
for Edo
obtain, it's
State.
just
Wanna
ordinary paper.
fire am.
John
Let
It's
me
He.
just
say
ordinary
it
paper.
again.
You
One,
you
one,
go to the
one of the
highest
people that
school.
gave Nigeria independence, Anthony Enaro, was from Edo State. With
Point of
with
order.
with Nnamdi Azikiwe.
Let me
Point of
repeat.
What
order.
that?
Point of order. Point of order.
What I have to correct you? What I have to correct you, Mr.
Okay,
Man?
Peter, wait
What I have
now,
to
wait.
correct you, Mr. Man? Those things are
Okay, let
just
me.
language of another man.
Point
You
of
went
order.
and learned.
Okay, let
That
me
man did not
just.
create vehicle because you go to
Wait now.
Harvard did not create bicycle. They
Let me
Point of
don't
just.
order.
create anything.
Wait,
So
let him talk.
Point of order. Point of order.
don't take that as a respect. You can see one of our brother who used to speak rubbish. They call
Point
it
of
igodo
order.
bigodo.
Okay,
Point
They
of
wait,
call it
order.
rubbish because the
That's
thing did
Point of
not
not come
order.
that's
to buy
that's not
trust.
what he's even saying. But you cannot
wait,
discredit
You
education, no matter
understand?
what.
wait, Peter,
So my
wait.
brother, don't look if person wait and let British language and think he's
Okay,
not a great
I
person. For
agree.
me,
Point of
he's
order.
inferior.
Wait, Peter,
Point
wait,
of
Mr. Peter
order. Point of
Kudaye,
order.
wait, let him talk first. Wait.
Point of order. Point of
wait,
order.
please,
Point of
please.
order.
So
Point of order.
how can what I'm trying to say? First, if you go to Edo State, if you heard me correctly, maybe you didn't hear me correctly. Let me say it in simple way. If you go to Edo State now, I'm sure even if I close my eyes, I will find somebody who is much more suitable to be president than somebody
Okay.
like Mustafa. That's my
One bottle of star for you there. Thank you,
my
No
thank
be
you.
so you
my
be
point
talk am
is that
before. We only no go
wait,
school. Now
Oh
you
yes,
dey tell am Johnny.
Kona.
Fire Johnny.
wait.
Johnny say none of us go
No,
school
he
for
was
Edo
under
State.
pressure, man.
Una
No,
no
He was
let
make
under
me
am go
pressure.
listen to
free.
what I'm saying. You can't put words in my mouth. I said that it definitely. Just listen to me. You can rewind
No,
it.
John
I
E,
said
calm down. You are
definitely.
easily pulled. Omo here is
We no
whining
dey
you.
hear English. Your English too much. Speak
Omo here is
pidgin,
whining you.
abeg.
Omo here is whining you. You can't dey follow. Wait, make I ask my question. Mr. Pansat, I have a question for you.
No big deal.
Please. If Mr. Pansat,
If you're
Yes,
looking
I'm
for
here.
Edo
Thank you.
people, where
so
go school?
if
Alex is
if
here
you
now.
if
Alex is
you
enough.
if you
I
Alex
tire
don't
out.
dey here, so
They look me like
you don't.
a wheelbarrow pusher.
Alex,
if you
They
say
don't
Alex.
want to for their eye.
point
No,
of order,
no.
point of order, point of order, point of order. Mr. Pansat, if you say Al Mustafa is a devil and is guilty as charged, why is he working as a free man? That's my
Because it's
question.
He has done his
Nigerian.
J10
Nigerian.
under a
No,
corrupt
he never
system.
do a J10. He never do a J10. Now the same J10 next to the go. So that is why we say we not fit vote for that. You say it's working a free man.
So
Omoyele
are you
Sowore,
telling
did he
me?
steal
Are you
anything?
telling?
Was he
Are you
not
telling me
arrested?
that? Are you telling me that
The people did not listen, my brother. Let me tell you. Did you remember one of our musicians said, the thief now they do president. Why the good people now they go prison? We have it in our language, in music in Nigeria there. So the thief become the president, the prisoner become president. Why the good people are in the prison? So don't talk why is he working free.
My brother,
That's the
I
same
think
reason why.
he was arrested. He was in prison at the time. I know that one. He was imprisoned, and because of his military connection and his northern roots, they let him go after serving some years. He was in prison.
It's
Okay,
kind
so
of
let
funny.
me
Is it
answer
not
him.
the same? Is it not the same
Was that
Buhari?
Mr. Ofele that asked the question, right? Mr. Ofele, that's you, right?
no gingerbread man that asked
Oh,
that question?
gingerbread man, I'm
Gingerbread
sorry.
man.
You
Yes.
see, in law, obviously, when there are standards, okay, and that applies to courts. When it comes to criminal prosecutions that we're talking about, that standard is that which is beyond the doubt. And Alex, what kind of beer are you having over there? Anyway, so he was convicted, and
I'm
then
drinking wine.
subsequently, in appeal, he was released. But now there's an appeal going on by Lagos State, so his stint is not over. It's not like he's out of prison, but there's an appeal by Lagos State that's still going on, right? But more importantly, in the court of public opinion, that's where we are talking as Nigerians. We are the sovereign. We've looked at him. Most people see him meet that threshold. Do you understand? Which is called prima facie. Okay, he's crossed that threshold, and there's so many allegations against him, including selling drugs in pouches. Okay, all that's hanging over his head as we speak right now. But does that? He's not useless, but there's no way anybody will give. If this guy gets power,
any kind of power, even as a minister of police, chief of police, he's going to wipe out half of the Yoruba land, Yoruba people. They have a war going on between them because he killed untouchables in that region. So he's coming back, like somebody suggested earlier, maybe for vendetta. Now he's telling us information that we already know. You don't know that's a reason why there's violence in the Northeast. You have to look at your Southeast to know what's going on in the Northeast. The war, in Nigeria-Biafra war, it's about oil. It's because those resources were found there earlier, but Nigerians were ignorant. They don't know. So the actors who are doing the same thing are doing it in the Northeast. That's why they're fighting over there for the last, 10 years, because they discovered oil there a long time ago. How do you discover oil? You fly a plane over a landmass. Geologically, you'll be able to find those minerals. The United States is about to find minerals. It finds minerals in Mars, in the cosmos, in very far away.
It's not oil, it's uranium.
So that's why
they have uranium there.
It's a war again for oil and mineral deposits and stuff like that. So it's not telling us something we don't know. Everybody already knows that.
Mr. Pansat, what's happening? Mr. Pansat, the noise from you, we don't.
As you will not be able to use the laboratory.
Where's that noise coming from?
Breadman.
Okay, it was Breadman. You know, I wouldn't make any noise.
If you're not speaking, please, we don't want the noise from your side. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm speaking now. So let me conclude by answering the question. So, Mr. Gingerbread Man, I don't know if you listened to Dr. Damage's show yesterday or 2 days ago. He had an intellectual come up there and regale us. This guy has got the politics right for Nigerians. There's a lot of Nigerians like that from all over the country. Those are the people we have to look up to. These military people should be passé. They should all be tried. Buhari should be tried. He has committed a lot of atrocities, a lot of mass murdering of our people, from north to south, east to west. People like Obasanjo, they should now hand over to the youth. Even me, I'm gone from the consideration. It's the youth that should come up now and carry this country along. Stop worshiping idol. Hamza should be 6 feet on the ground. If he had touched one of my sisters or my brothers, that's where he's going to be going, not jail. So you kill that many people and you have the gut to run around the country campaigning. You're doing us a favor telling us we're wealthy. Did he, for once, say, hey, look, I'm a change man now, and I hereby condemn the mass murdering of Shiites in Kaduna? He's talking about money and oil. You know how many people were killed in that Kaduna pogrom in 2015, December? Over 1,000 of our fellow citizens. He didn't talk about the Chibok girls, did he? Yeah, he talks of violence as far as our wealth is concerned. How do you even think this man should be listened to? He shouldn't be found in a committee of responsible people. Abacha could not do what he did without him. So please, don't glorify evil. He's an evil man.
Have you ever been in the military?
Him, not us. Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
I have a friend of this Mustafa here in Italy, but now the man is now living in France. All of them were the one working for Abacha. It was when Abacha died that enabled the man to run. The man said, if Mustafa enter position, we return back to Nigeria. He was praying that they should release Abacha's senior son, the man. And we are sleeping in the same house with him in Italy here. He was praying that if they release Abacha's son and Mustafa, whenever any of them was able to get to office, he will return back to Nigeria. The man ran away. So, because we have interact with most of these people, we know how they work. We have military in our family. We have a navy in our family. We know their actions. The one that work with Babangida, that we're coming to the Babangida, we are coming to the house, Akomo and others. We have families who work with them that time. And we still have those who are still working with the one alive. So all these military men, They are just coming to avenge the punishment that before them when they were in service. So that is where Mustafa is coming to come and start killing from where they stop. And we should
Mustafa,
not forget
don't forget that Mustafa was already there. He was already in the Aso Rock. And Abacha was already dead. So if all these claims you guys are putting together,
that is where you
no wait.
Bros,
If he has the opportunity and there was nobody armed there, he could have killed all the service chiefs and become
let me answer that, please. Can I answer? Let me take 1 minute.
No, don't say nobody arms there. Not say nobody arms there. The position he was the closest to Abacha. That was where he see. Okay, like I want to tell you, Jegaba never work without arms. Jegaba, he never work without arms. So likely those officers, they never work without arms or their bodyguards. But he was the first person to know that Abacha dead because he was the closest. It was in the same office with him.
One of the mark of a general. A general always goes with his pistol. For me,
you can't come into the villa.
You can't come into the villa armed.
You can't come into the villa with armed.
Yeah, but
my uncle was the ADC to the governor of Imo State. Then they were friends, so I know.
Do we not say Mustafa is an angel now with all the deeds, all the mass grave?
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're taking your time.
Here's the answer to your question. Okay.
Good night. Oh, because I will go to work by 4 o'clock. Ciao, ciao.
Good night, bro. So, Ophelia, here's the answer to your question.
Thank you, sir. Mr.
You don't become,
Thank you, sir.
during the military era or when you're doing a coup, you don't just vicariously become head of state. All right? Al-Hamza, who's trained, he knows there's a caliphate in Nigeria. Okay? So, if you take over power, he's just a Hausa man. He's not a Hausa Fulani man. He knows that they will not let it happen, the military soldiers underneath him and all that. He's not going to kill those people and take over power because it's not going to work that way. The military is a hierarchical organization. So he was ADC, that's true. And he had enormous trust and power, not just from his boss, but from the caliphate. So don't give him credit because he didn't shoot everybody and take over. No, he was in a hierarchical organization and he was very loyal. So he assembled those people so that he could then pass over that power, and they arrested him subsequently after that. So because power, it's a, you have to take it, right? So don't give him credit whatsoever. There's no intelligent person that will give somebody credit because of their skill or the way they talk. You have to weigh a lot of things. Before the leopard doesn't change its colors overnight. If that man gets power, a lot of people will be killed because he will have a lot of enemies. Even if he himself had become a saint, there are a lot of people that he killed and they have relatives. The Yorubas will not take it for 1 second. I can tell you that right now. So, I mean, being even chief of police. Now, we should get information from him if he wants to give it to us. I won't trust one single information from him, not one. He's a liar. He's a murderer. All right? I told you how he tried to kill Ibru and several others. He's a drug pusher. Now,
okay. The one drug pusher we know.
Can I say something really quickly? I'm sorry. I've been listening to everyone, but can I say something really quickly? I am familiar with Mustafa's reign. I grew up in the era of Abacha, so I'm quite familiar with it, right? I may not know the details of the history, but my thing here is, do you burn down a building, a library, because there are ants that have taken over or they're infested by ants? Because my concern here is we need information. And I'm not just going to blanket it and say that everything he has to say is, nonsense. No, I'm not going to say, because there's some things he says that I remember, So I am gunning for the information that this man has that can be useful to us. We cannot what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? We can throw him away, but can we take what he has first? This is my own thing. I don't care for him as candidate. I don't even see him as candidate, to be honest. He's invisible to me. But I'm more interested in the information that he has. Now, when we get the information, and I did mention it earlier, he needs to write a book. If he has already done so, awesome. We need to have a copy of the book, and then we can fact check the book. People who have superior information can say, hey, no, in this what he said here was not completely true or false. Let's check. Because even here in America, there are, generals in the army or who once served, and they leave and they write books. Some of them were known to be very, very efficient at their job during the war, or whatever war it was the First World War, Second World War, whatever, right? Even during the Afghanistan war or whatever, right? But these people come back and they write books and they put clues in it, like to teach people or to make people understand what happened prior. So yes, even though the man is horrible, I know that. I'm not here to say, hey, Peter Obi will always be the rock to me, but I'm interested in the information that this man has.
Yeah, can I?
So
wait. Can I just say one thing? Yeah, I agree with you, but there's something that's wrong about it. One, the man doesn't have any information, and if he had any information, let him just come out now. He can be tweeting it. He can go on Rise and tell them. He can go on channels and tell them. The man doesn't have any information. He's just using.
It's classified.
Just using. What is classified in Nigeria? No, this is what I'm.
What he's saying is not classified anything. I beg.
Exactly. There's nothing. Why are we like?
He's campaigning. He's campaigning, but let's take hold of his information. He's campaigning because he's one of the presidential aspirants.
Exactly. What is he going to tell you? What is he going to tell you that you don't know already? That the Nigerian government is sponsoring terrorism, that there's criminals in the government. What is he going to tell you that you don't know already? That your governors, your president, everyone is criminal. What secret is he going to tell you? Is he going to tell you that
Alex, is he an aspirant or a candidate? Which party does he belong to?
Let me check. He's one obscure party like that.
One party. One of the
alliance.
parties.
Very obscure party.
This guy is just there for his own political gains.
That's what I wanted to say now, John E. Doesn't mean he's doing this because of his prospective goals.
Exactly. Everybody's campaigning on Naija.
He must have his reasons for doing it. Let me just say something. I heard him talking about these things once. Can I just say something? I heard him talking about these things once, and he was amongst a group of women and all the rest. And when he got to the point where he was about to talk about defending the country with his lives and everything, he broke down in tears. This is somebody that hold on. He's not an actor. He's a military person. He's not an actor. And believe you me, if you're that kind of person, you don't have any need to seek sympathy. The people that don't seek sympathies don't think like that. And let me ask a question, because I think there's a lot of things that a lot of people, so that it will force us to get to an uncomfortable position, because this self-righteousness that we have is a problem. Let me ask you this. If you know you have a solution that will fix Nigeria for good, that's all our problem. Corruption, all of them goes away. Our children live like Western people, do everything. And you are also aware that our people, every month, 50,000 people are dying because of poverty, lack of electricity, bad healthcare, and all that. 50,000 people are dying. But they ask you to make it will result in 50,000 people dying. Would you do that to fix Nigeria? Or would you just keep Nigeria as it is?
Okay, should I answer first, please? Just a minute.
Let's get it correct first, because Tunaija likes to Tunaija state what you're saying like succinctly. Or what are we weighing here? Are we weighing the lives of 50,000 people for the betterment of Nigeria? Is that what you're saying?
The entire country itself, knowing fully well that without fixing it, that same number of people are dying every month.
Tunaija, understand what you're saying here. What kind of?
Let me make it clear for you. I'm saying you are going to make a decision that will result in 50,000 people dying to save Nigeria, and so that don't die every month out of various reasons that are killing Nigerians today, would you make that decision to take
I get your question. Can I answer you?
Real? Is this
Can
real?
I answer you, please? You are trying to say, in a nutshell, you are justifying.
I'm trying to.
Can I answer? You've asked the question. Can you listen now?
Go ahead.
Can you listen for a minute? You are trying to say he may have killed people for the good of the general good. But what I want to tell you is this, and you spoke about tears just now. A senator or a rep member cried in the National Assembly 1 year ago. He's still there. He was crying.
He's not a warrior.
Wait now, you wait. I'm going somewhere. The guy cried about a year ago. He did not resign. He's still there collecting 27 million naira every month. He cried a lot that people are being kidnapped. He was weeping for over 20 minutes. How did we get here, Nigerians? Let's shut down the Senate and the Rep House. We don't deserve all these things. Our people are dying. I can no longer travel to Kaduna anymore. He was weeping. He was sobbing like a child. But he's still there collecting his money. How will he? So for me, all these politicians crying here and there, it doesn't move me. As for your question, proper, killing people for other people to live, I don't see what you are trying to justify. For me, if there's a disease killing people and they are trying to discover cure to save other people, and it will take the life of some people, things can happen. But not just taking guns and wiping out people who are against your boss, obeying the last order. For me, that's murder.
I think you are waffling now. You are waffling. Are you saying you're going to take 50,000?
I'm not waffling, man. The guy is a criminal. He's a mass murderer. He should not be listened to. That's just it. He should write a book.
I need clarity. You need to.
For me, go and listen to Oputa panel. You come back and tell us sorry here, because the guy did a lot of atrocities.
Okay, let some other person answer clearly.
It doesn't mean we will not listen to him. According to that lady just now, we can listen to him, but he's a criminal. He's a mass murderer. He did a lot. He did a whole lot for me. So,
Alex, my name now Moyena. You forget my name.
Oh, sorry, madam. Oh, Madam Oyes Corner, always on fire. You and Madam Rita.
just really quickly, what Alex should have said is the people that Mustafa killed so far, has it fixed Nigeria? The millions.
Thank you, my brother. I wanted to say that it just escaped me.
The millions of people they killed during that war, has it fixed Nigeria?
The clarity I need is this: what sort of patriotic decision will lead to killing 50,000 people?
I tire.
Okay, but now you're asking a question. You're not answering the question. You just say no. So that I'll give you what.
Now, how have you helped Nigeria, Mr. Tunaja?
Say no, then.
50,000 people to save a country. You keep
50,000
people.
And whereas we have intelligent people, doctors, professors, people who have been.
Okay, next person then. CM says no. He's never going to.
Please. No, not CM says no. What I support is this. If you can tell me that the people that have held Nigeria to hostage brought us to this sorry pass, they're about 50,000, and you bring them to tie them and shot them so that we can breathe we can have a fresh breath of air and then advance. And we support that. Because that 50 million you are trying to say, it involves the poor people
50,000
who know next to nothing about what brought the country to this sorry pass. So if you are talking about 50,000 people that have messed up the country, you bring them out like somebody is saying to try all of them, sentence them, shot them. That's okay.
That one is easy. That is easy decision. But
that is what JJ Rollins did in Ghana.
But that's easy now. But that's not the decision you're going to be presented. The question I'm presenting you is that you may kill innocent people too.
Huh? Pardon?
You may, because of the innocent people may die. Would you do it to save 200 million people, or would
what is may die? There's a difference between may die and you are carrying gun and killing people.
That 50,000 people are already dying every month already. 50,000 people are dying every month.
Mustafa is a mass murderer. You cannot confuse me. He's a mass murderer. That's it.
So I was thinking that the first two people said no.
Whatever,
Anybody else?
For me, it's a mass murderer. He can give us information about how rich we are, but it's a mass murderer.
You guys see him and Alex. You guys are even missing the point.
Whatever killing Mustafa was involved in those days, it wasn't because of the interest of Nigeria that we are doing it. All those
selfish interest.
Because of the
you guys are even missing the point.
Because if it were the interest of Nigeria,
guess what? What was the result of the killing? $5 billion looted into foreign banks by some Abacha.
There's no. Why are you even limiting it to 50,000? They killed over 6 million people. Did it help?
I'm just giving you a number. I'm just giving you a number. What would you do then, Johnny?
What was the result of the killings Mustafa did? What was the result? Has he helped Nigeria now?
I will answer that question. When you don't go Nigeria with your full chest, go help us fight Boko Haram.
He will tell you now he just left Nigeria. He will tell you now he just left Nigeria last week.
Yeah, Alex,
Johnny, can you attend the question?
Today, this Hamza Mustafa is claiming that Abacha is not corrupt. Up to today.
My goodness.
Johnny, can you attend the question, please?
Abacha is not corrupt. On that one, no, Abacha was corrupt. Of course he was. For Mustafa, for
$5 billion looted. He's still being recovered. $5 billion looted.
For Mustafa to be saying on different platforms that Abacha was not corrupt, and they have never addressed all the money that have been returned from different countries looted by Abacha till today.
They've not returned 50%.
What he said about the money, let me give you people the information he said about the money. When they asked him about it, like, okay, all this money, he mentioned like all this money till tomorrow, we are still receiving money from the grave that Abacha looted. He now said those monies that Abacha intentionally put them offshore because I think people were trying to get to it. And they were trying to, he was trying to preserve that money so that he can do what he intended the money to be used for. That had to do with the oil refineries.
That's what they talk to now. Will be Tata.
No, they talk. The people were asking us. There were audience people asking him some of the questions that everybody's been asking here. Like, why did you? No, they didn't. They were just, it's not a what's it called? It's not a panel where you say,
and guess what? He kept that money in his name, or not in Nigeria's name, in his name.
That's what he said.
No, he actually disgraced himself for even answering that question in this manner. Kai.
Yeah, that part made me cringe when he said that. I was like, that's not an excuse to put the money offshore in a bank that is not a Nigerian bank.
And it's not in Nigeria's name, but in his family name.
Hold on, no, it's not in his family name. I think let me see. One of the things he said was that
I'm here expecting your question.
He said Abacha was under sanctions during that time. So he has to use other methods overseas to do the things that he needed to do for the country.
Yes.
Abacha never took any IMF loan. He never traveled overseas for treatment for anything.
Okay.
So if you want to accuse him of stealing that money, ask what is he using that money for overseas.
Abacha was because of
how come they are not calling
Abacha is not here to explain himself. That's the problem.
That's the problem. He's not here.
That's the problem. Abacha is not there to explain that. Yes, so indeed. Yeah.
When dictators in Libya were building trains, you are looting money. Libya Gaddafi was building train, making agriculture, making free education. You are looting money. You are telling me, even
the Libya Gaddafi, we all see him today as a dictator.
He's not that. We are talking about
wait. And he was nothing close. He was nothing close to a dictator. He wanted the best for his country, and even the system. Even the system of government. Even his
people were trying to remove Abacha and make sure and remove him. So it was the military were against him. So that's why he stayed put in Abuja because of all this cuckoo everything. That's why he didn't travel anywhere, because if he steps out, automatically there will be a coup. Ordinary to go to Enugu for one of their normal military something in those days. That's why they roped Dia in. The only place Abacha left Abuja for was that a kefi somewhere. He didn't go. He's always in
He was
Aso.
following the tactics of this in Libya. I think Mustafa said they went to Libya to study.
They were very close friends. He was his best friend. Gaddafi was his friend.
Studied what Libya did. So all that money that he stashed overseas is following the blueprint of what Libya did.
But he did not do what Libya did in Libya inside Nigeria. He did not develop Nigeria.
Let him build Nigeria.
I think he stabilized a lot of things. So he went after
stabilized what?
He stabilized the banking system.
No,
hold on. When I was in Nigeria during that time, I hated Abacha too. The only thing I hated, even till today, I still hold Abacha accountable for is the fact that he didn't allow Abiola to enjoy his mandate, or because he just held the guy. Why? If he was a good
Abiola
guy,
could not enjoy his mandate because Abiola's hand too was not pure.
Abiola was the one sponsoring all the coups, if you don't know.
Nigeria selected him.
We didn't know. A lot of us were ignorant. We did not know. I beg. That's why he did not take the mandate.
Abiola was the one sponsoring all the coups in the 70s.
You must respect you. Yes.
Let's go back to the question now.
Let's go back
to the question.
Even Tinubu might be responsible for the death of Abiola in prison.
Exactly.
Because they had drug dealings. They had drug dealings together.
Exactly.
I need us to See, we need to stop being hypocrites.
We don't answer your questions. You go to Nigeria, go to Sambisa Forest, and fight off those Boko Haramis. I'm not dodging it. It's a fact. Why don't you travel to Nigeria now, like next week? Go Sambisa Forest, wear all the soldier uniform, carry the AK-47 and all the weapons. When you don't fight them,
answer the question.
Come back.
Okay, so your question,
she's not going to tackle it.
Okay, your question.
Answer the question.
Your question is actually very simple. The answer to your question is actually very simple. The 50,000 people that you need to kill in order for Nigeria to move forward are not the 50,000 people that Mustafa.
You don't have to kill them, but it will result in their deaths.
It will result in if it's all of those politicians and all of those people, it's a very simple yes.
But what if it's not?
That's what I said.
You already killed 6 million Igbos.
But what if it's not?
It didn't work for you. Why would 50,000 people work?
Okay, good. Now let me summarize what has just happened here, so that people understand what you are doing. Is you have already killed more than 50,000 people. You've just killed 50,000 every single month.
No, you
because of
your
inaction.
It's you that kill people, not me.
As a leader,
it's only that kill people to Nigeria.
Leadership if you're not ready. Don't go
near leadership. As a
leader, it's your duty to save more people.
Who tell you say are they interested in politics? Now me want make the country better. You are.
I tell you, we are only electorate.
Alex, with your big voice and everything that you shout at politicians all the time. So when
my brother, I'm a concerned citizen. Must all of us be in power? I'm a concerned citizen.
Wait, Alex, wait.
To the hot seat, you run in that direction.
What you are asking for? What you are asking for doesn't make any sense. You are saying what if 50,000 regular poor Nigerians will die to make Nigeria better? Why not kill them? Have you ever asked the question, why not 50,000 politicians, 50,000 corrupt people? Why?
That's easy.
Oh, background.
Life is really easy.
Okay. So easy. You should be ready to do the hard thing then. If you want to do hard thing, right? Why don't you do the revolution? Why don't you follow the revolutions that like the people in the country that you're living in are followed? Why don't you do that revolution? That's the harder way.
Numbers I'm talking about. That's even worse. I'm saying
you want to sacrifice 50,000 people on top of the 6 million people, on top of the 100,000 people, but you don't want to do basic revolution. Like, what are you talking about?
No, who said that? But that's what I mean. That's okay. Let's say a revolution will lead to that. That's what I mean. You will solve all your country's problems. But
El Mustafa never did revolution. El Mustafa was killing people out of fun.
No, but what you don't realize is that at that time when he was doing it, he probably thought that's what he was doing.
Why will he thought? Is he a baby? Thought what? Thought what?
He failed. See, let me tell you something. He failed.
Is he a baby?
What I called him out on was
he putting food in his nose?
you have to understand how these people think. He failed, and what I called him out on was that. If you don't learn how to call these people out, I told him.
What did he fail at? What was it? No, what was it? Because you know what he's thinking.
One, he said they went to. Let me tell you now. One, he claimed that they went to Libya to go and study how Libya avoided sanctions and everything. He came back with the economic policies of Libya. That's why Abacha stashed all those money all over the place. He came out with their economic policy, but he never came back with their defense policy. And I told him that you failed on that because you didn't see that. You didn't even state it because it shows that you missed it. You missed the fact that Libya had a different defense that required America to literally go in there to bomb the country to get him. But you came back and Abacha was killed. Then within a month, Abiola was killed. Yar'Adua died in prison. All that under your watch. If you don't know how to hold these type of people accountable, you are not going to get them because the way they think is completely different. They think they are doing the right thing, but you let them know
they don't think they are doing the right. They know they are doing evil things. They know they are doing evil. He's not Tata. He's not a child. He's a mass murderer. He's a mass murderer. Why did you ask him? How many people have you killed? You would have asked him.
I just want to draw attention to the fact that Tunaja is now rewriting history. Soon, now Abacha was investing money for Nigeria overseas. Next, they'll tell you that Buhari was a saint. Buhari was actually
in 5 years' time. Yes.
I pity Nigeria.
Nobody would say.
There is supporting evidence to that. One, Abacha never traveled overseas. Secondly, Abacha never took IMF loans.
Abacha had people who were working for him, my brother. If you say somebody errant, you are the one doing it too. What's the problem?
What is the point of stashing money overseas when you don't even go out?
All of the
people are doing it for him. He had his own plans.
All of the politicians stash money overseas. They all do that.
Yeah, because they go there to enjoy it. No, that doesn't.
Also, Abacha was not getting ready to run.
I'm sure you don't even know Abacha because the way
Tunaja, do you think the sanctions were going to be forever? At a point, the sanctions were going to be lifted. The same way Libya's sanction was also lifted.
That's why they killed him. That's why they killed him.
No, that was why he was snatching money away. Nigeria's money. Why didn't he build the country with that money? Provide electricity, provide security, build the country the way Libya was being built. Huh?
We had security. We had security when Abacha was around. We had security.
But did you have
I think dollar was 20 naira to $1, and it remained so until his death.
But we did not have any freedom of speech. You talk anyhow, you see anyhow.
We didn't have the basics of life. We didn't have electricity. We didn't have food to eat.
We had better than now.
We're talking a lot.
And again, the Libya, the Gaddafi that everybody is praising right now, the same Gaddafi was known to go and consult with the northern elite to tell them that they have the right to take over Nigeria. Why are we not talking about that? Now, I'm not saying that the man did not try for his people, but he also was trying to do this divide and conquer rule in Nigeria by supporting the northerners. So if you want to go into a deep
that now, they'll never talk about that.
No, he actually
will take her easy with all these people. These people have failed us.
Wait, he actually told
my own interest is the
Gaddafi told them to actually divide Nigeria to south and west, and let them become neighbors. That's what he said.
Thank you, my brother. I wanted to say that.
And one thing, what we are doing in Nigeria is just like what Kadir has said. The witch cried in the night, and the baby died in the morning, and we automatically say it was the witch that killed the baby.
Exactly.
So, and that's why I love the wisdom of Obi so much. He said, I want to see the witch before I call it a witch. Mustafa killed 50 million people, 50,000 people. We don't have any proof to these things.
We have proof, my brother. We have proof.
The West, my uncle was in government. I was living in government house.
My uncle was a major. Okay.
Where?
My uncle was a major. We have proof.
Where?
My uncle was a major in Kaduna. He died in that plane crash. In that infamous plane crash of the 90s. Please,
So the one
my
that
uncle was the
happened
major.
they killed
No,
them.
but
The one that
was he in the state house government, state house or Asoro?
My uncle was serving in Abuja. He was transferred to Kaduna. He was among the 12 majors that died in that plane crash.
Because I know what goes around in government house when I'm on
So
holiday.
we all know what goes around. You don't know me. I don't know you, man. We know the truth. This guy is a mass murderer. Stop defending him.
Some friends of the government house. There was a time some friends of the government house.
Do you know if Mustafa came from an area once? Do you know?
Can I say something? Sometimes friends of the government house, all these chiefs that comes to the villa to drink and
my uncle was not a chief. He was a major. He was a major, not a chief.
Wait. Let me make you understand something.
Let's hear him.
They come around the government house, they get drunk, and when they are driving home, there was a particular time somebody killed a girl on the road. They didn't come to tell the governor of the state, but they used the military in the state house to cover up that crime. While the governor is asleep, he didn't even know what was going on about that time. But now, if the crime comes comes in the open, they will say the governor was backing that the governor was responsible for that crime because he was governor. But he didn't know that the friends of the house came and made use of the military people in the house and committed crime. They even carried the lady and go and dump in another place.
Were you there?
I was there. I was in government. I'm telling you, I was even in school. I used to bring girls for some of all these commodores. They are retired now. I used to bring girlfriends. I used to bring girls, 16-year-old, 18-year-old.
So you man for those.
I was young.
Reason why
I was
some of the girls.
Wait. You know, tell her to allow this guy talk.
Wait. I was young then. I was young then, and if I
retired, this thing, I like to finish. He's retired now. Please continue.
No, but were you the one supplying the government house all those Rose girls?
No, it's not like wrong girls. They say, hopefully take the car and go and bring girls for us from
they were employed. The girls were employed. They are not
girls.
If he vex on me, but it was something I was doing. I was not mindful of it. I was young. I was young, and that's why I hate.
No, you don't need to be old to do them, but we know say you be retired team. That's what we say.
Yeah, retired man. You are a retired supplier. Continue.
I was 18 years old.
You are the product in government house. Continue, my brother.
I was 18 years old.
You can't get that kind of contract at that young age.
Into the contract.
How much you collect?
I was a millionaire at the age of 18.
No. Hopefully, wait now. You're not asking my question. Are you part of this Buhari regime?
No, I can't be part of this Buhari regime. God forbid.
Because don't they get that kind of contract?
Yeah, but they give me pocket money. But if you ask me now to do such a thing, I will not want to do it.
No, we need to investigate. Hopefully, we need to.
I support you, Mr. Nigeria. Make we investigate.
Even Atiku himself, the vice president, I know him. I know all of them. God. Even Tommy Kimi in Edo State, I know him.
So you know they're all criminals.
Wow. I was looking up to them as uncles.
You know what?
Then.
Given everything I've had today, I'm not even sure any of you would have any more question on these leaders. Because look at what all of you just said.
Okay. Who's all of you?
Excuse me, who's all of you? Did I supply woman? Who's all of you now?
Did I talk? I said
Alex, John E, Pansa, CM. No, yeah, I know that's what everybody says.
I didn't supply 16 years old. What did I do?
You retired pimp now.
Oh God!
You are going to do exactly the same thing that they are doing. When they put in the same chair, you're going to do exactly what they are doing.
No, I will.
You're not meant to make it
happen. Mustafa is a mass murderer. I should be seen as that, so that other people can be deterred from crime. Let's call a criminal, not a repentant person. That's it.
I don't know.
It keep people admit it. Tuneja, when next you see Mustafa, ask him how many people did you kill? Have you apologized to their family members? Ask him those questions.
Oh,
he said now they apologize. He not got anybody.
It could have been your family members too.
Are they
He
friends?
failed. That's why he should apologize. He failed. Whatever he wanted to do. That's why he should apologize.
He's a personal PA to Mustafa now.
Are you a friend to Mustafa?
Attire?
No. But I did question him when he was online the other day for questioning.
Okay, that means you are also part of this Buhari regime too, Naija.
He was saying, nobody has first-hand information. Can we hear him, please?
I wish information if I had to supply. Wow.
No, but this. See, I was in Yaba College of Technology then, and when they have parties in the Elysian offices in Lagos, they just give me the government cars. I come to campus and I ask people, do you want to go out? And they follow me and they go there. Then when I'm going back to school, they give me pocket money.
Serious question. Do you know they might have used some of these girls for ritual?
No. I bring the girls back to school now. Come on. I bring them back.
None of them ever spent the night over, right?
But I think my question is, you could do that.
If they spend the night over, I also spend the night over there, and we come back.
Bro, that one is fake now.
So why you not tell they say you don't want to do that kind of contract? Yeah, once surprise me.
No, if we have to investigate this properly, now the more feeling like start this was guess.
God. You guys should respect the fact that I'm able to say this openly. You know.
Yes. Don't mind all of them. Don't mind all of you. I'm the only lady here. I've not even said anything bad.
Okay,
I know you will talk later.
Most of these people now, most of these girls now, they are in America. They hail me, say, "Oh boy, because of the moves where you give us that time."
They calm down.
You know, most of them are in Canada, America, and Europe. Here, you know, they still see me as a big guy because of what I did at that time. You know, so
like Jeffrey Epstein.
Mr. Evans.
3 years ago.
Okay, 3 years, and you are.
I stopped coming because I didn't want to take the COVID injection.
Oh, you are current. You are current.
You are a very you are a presidential pimp, a presidential one.
Okay, we got to round up now. We've been here.
Mr. Evans, I was trying to tell you.
We have seen the good side of pimping. Okay.
Okay, please hold on. Breadman wants to say something. Breadman, guy.
Yeah, I was trying to say that Shore has merged with another party.
Yes, I mentioned it earlier on. It mentioned with one PROP or something like that.
It should merge with Labour Party now.
Showore, I wish
who can become the candidate of the party?
No, where is all Showore fans now? You know, who has been accusing me all this while? He went to go and merge with a nobody instead of him to merge with Peter Obi. I will discuss this. I will look for a better time to talk about this. You know, I don't want to.
But Mr. Najawash, I still think it's a blessing in disguise because if these wicked people see Showore with Obi, it could also spread danger. They could want to make trouble and destroy everywhere because they know that Showore has promised to bring them to book, even if it takes 100 years.
That's true, though. That's true.
But everything Showore is saying is just mere words. You don't have any.
They are not mere words. He's campaigning as a presidential aspirant.
Excuse me. I always have this argument. You know, when you are going for an interview, the person that wants to take you for the job wants to make sure that you've handled something like that before. You know, for Obi, I know what money is. I have businesses in Nigeria. You understand? I've handled money on my own. So if you give me $1 million now, you can be able to trust me from the little things I've done with my own capital. Showore has not managed any business before. It's just like toasting a girl. I will do this, I will do that. The girl will ask you, who was your last girlfriend, and then find out how you treated that girl. For the guy can possibly know that, oh, this guy can take care of me. You understand? Showore is just
experience for guest area. Oh.
Now, wow, he just no again. Now, this guy, now, wow, you don't write book.
That pimping business really.
Hopefully, you go write book. Oh, write book on that area, please.
Hopefully, now from which area you come from, Seth? This one, just ask you.
Hopefully, he's from Iseluku.
How do you know?
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm from Iseluku.
Okay, say. Okay.
Hopefully, don't worry. I will shock you.
Okay. Hopefully, are you aware? Say that.
Don't worry.
People will Ponzi Abacha na get the
But my girls not there among.
Now from India. No, those are from India. They are from India.
Okay, you were not playing international league.
No, I was not.
You get one question why I ask you where be like say you're pariam, you know what I say? How they identify you at that age? Say you go sabi do the contract. 18 years.
It's what they do now. It's what they do. They just
no, but I be this thing now.
Away.
No,
he was young now. He was young.
I was young, and a lot of these people were around. A lot of these beautiful things were around me, so it was easy.
Beautiful what?
Beautiful. A lot of beautiful.
Not be beautiful. I say the contractor will give you the contract.
Hopefully, do you not agree? Do you not agree now that El Mustafa was a mass murderer, even if you were very young?
El Mustafa, when he was, I'm not even talking about when they are in government now. When they were in NDA, they used to come to our house.
We are not discussing about his lifestyle. We are discussing his atrocities.
No, let me tell you, the atrocities. You don't believe what you hear in the media about people.
No. It's what we saw. We saw some of them.
People. I just told you. I was in the government house. I was on holiday when some friends. One of them is an Igwe of somewhere in Imo State now. They came to the government house. They had a party because if in government house, all these one people they don't have their meetings during the day. They have their meetings from 12 midnight. And the government house will be busy from like 12 midnight till 5 a.m. in the morning.
Can you imagine?
Even the time you go, by the time people are going.
Drink beer there.
Eh?
They drink beer, drink wine.
Which kind of beer? Now the most expensive stuffs. Remy, and then the bank.
That's when all of the sacrifices happen.
Excuse me.
And this guy joined them.
Johnny, what did he say?
That's when all of the sacrifices happen now.
No, they
5 a.m.
They will not allow him. He was too young. They don't like to know all those ones. Which are doing for sacrifice.
Okay, let me ask Ophili a question. Ophili.
Yeah.
What killed Abacha? Because I can see now God's time is saying there not be woman kill him. So say na Apple kill him woman. So say
hopefully we don't know now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They are unseen hands in the Asorok that we don't.
So you are not sure that the lady that gave him Apple.
Oh, it's not doesn't have anything to do.
Najawash, can I answer your question, Najawash? During Oputa panel in 2014 or so, this same El Mustafa, he asked Professor Wole Soyinka, he said, Professor, sir, were you not in London in the 11-story building on the 4th floor in that infamous meeting that decided the death of Sani Abacha? Can you deny this before this honorable panel? And Wole Soyinka's answer was this. He said that Abacha's house was divided against him. So the people that killed Abacha were in Abacha's cabinet and in his house. Huh?
I say he didn't even deny it. See, Al Mustafa believes that he was poisoned through this thing.
It was Indian girls. They brought them. They threw them away after the job was done.
He didn't think it was this thing India. Why would they brought mass this thing? Those people wouldn't do something like to destroy their business. Is this thing through Israelis? They got Abacha. Then once Abacha died, it was easy to get to Abiola, and they did Abiola in. According to him, the symptoms were the same for both of them, the deaths. And he declared it openly when we were questioning him that both of them were killed. So that's just what he said.
So that was where Abacha's death was decided outside the country, but executed by his members of his cabinet. Mustafa is aware of those things. And he also, for me, is a killer.
The house that he died in Abuja, I went to Abuja the other day to record it. It's right here, you know, except if people want us to play it before we sleep now. I recorded the house that he died that time. It's late now, maybe next time. I think we should create a time to be doing this late night broadcast, you know. Maybe we can hear more from Ophili.
Yeah.
Did anyone notice that just before Abacha's death? Let me just ask you, did anyone notice that just before his death, during that almost death white, he was almost white in color. So something was going on with him, that he was like, it looked like he was very ill. And that is
Abacha was never sick.
Oh no, just check it. Just before his death, no, it's obvious. I saw it, and he made one speech that I never forgot, because I hated Abacha at that time too. I was one of those people. He made one statement. He said people will not forget all the good things they've done. And I was asking myself, why would he be saying that after all the evil thing that he has done? Now I'm beginning to understand these things that Mustafa is revealing and all this stuff. That it's not as clear cut. The whole thing is not very clear cut. We don't even Omoye is saying that Abiola is not even clean. Where are we? All the hatred we have for Abacha.
Abiola was the one sponsoring all the coup d'etat, the ITT money, $12 million. Abiola is the criminal. Don't you know?
He won the election. That's one thing I still don't
understand. Yes. We are not saying he didn't win. A criminal can win an election in Nigeria now. It's normal. It's Nigeria. So that's how it is.
It's just like this other guy now, this boo blah blah guy. If he wins this election, they are still going to kill him. The actual target is what's the name of the guy? Shetima. So they just want him to they just want to use him. Say, okay, you people want Southerners. The idea was either what's the name, Tinubu, or they were hoping for either Tinubu or Atiku. But the biggest surprise for them now is Obi that just came up.
Let me ask you a question, Phil. Let me ask you a question then. Is Obi's life in danger, knowing what you know?
Of course.
Everybody's life is in danger in Nigeria, my brother. Don't worry about that.
Obi. But one thing I like is that his brother is in the Catholic Church. That's another powerful institution in Nigeria. And even if I want to tell anybody what I suspect killed Abacha, I can't say it online unless I meet the person face to face. What I'm just happy that Obi's brother is in the Catholic Church, because that's one institution in Africa.
Can I give you a clue?
Catholic Church is almost like a two-player right now.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Do you know that the Pope normally do not visit a country 2 times, according to the Roman Catholic Pope visitation code of conduct?
Yeah.
But under Abacha, the Pope visited Nigeria twice, asking him to give Nigeria democracy and to let the political prisoners free. And I will tell you why they did that. The world powers were using the Pope. Listen, let me round up. The world powers were using the Pope to try to see if they can dialogue with Abacha before they struck. So I can give you a clue of what we are trying to hide. I'm also an insider.
Yeah, exactly.
And we know what happened.
Exactly. So anything that happened around him happened around that atmosphere, you know.
Yes. The Pope spoke to him. At the time, he shouted at the Pope. He said the Pope should meet the Catholic faithfuls and go away. He yelled at the Pope at the time, and that angered international community.
And you also notice that nobody goes to visit the Pope wearing white. The Pope came to Nigeria, and Abacha was wearing white. That's a big That's a big institution.
Man, Jesus Christ, at this rate, you're going to read all kinds of superstitions.
It's not. You know what? Let Ophelia come back again and give us information. It's not superstition. Please,
no, they don't. They don't understand that.
You are not aware that the Pope do not visit the country twice during his tenure.
Oh my God!
Go and check.
Let's not make things up. The Pope, they were busy being accused of pedophilia how many years ago. Suddenly now he's the all-powerful leader.
Calm down and learn. Calm down and learn. Calm down and learn. A wise man listen.
I don't want our people to. I don't want us to be subscribing to all this stuff that just.
No. This is what happened.
Our vision.
Wait, let me give you one point that you can think about. Let me give this brother one point he can think about. Wait, listen, we pay one tax in Nigeria, and it's called value added tax, right? So if you take the V, you take the A, you take the T, what does that spell?
Vatican.
Tax. Okay, so there are things I wouldn't want. I don't. Yeah, if we know how powerful some institutions are in Nigeria.
Oh my God, man. So Chinese people are paying Vatican tax.
Let Ophelia talk now. I beg.
Oh God.
Let him. Please, I beg.
God.
Ophelia, I beg.
This is what I go through here to Ophelia. The same thing they are doing to you is what I get.
Alex, I beg, wait now. Mr. Tunanja, I beg, Mona, wait. Mr. Ophelia, I beg, talk as much as you can. Come back again. I beg 1 year. Sorry.
Ophelia, talk. Okay, go ahead, Ophelia.
You can always get like movie subscription. You don't need to. This is kind of like, what are we talking about here?
I know they watch movie. I know they watch television. I bet this that's the
problem. When you watch movie, you get what you need. This is.
I know they're interested in movie. All this movie, then I can't waste it. Mr. Ophelia, I bet continue.
No, it's
it's
just simple. Even when I was doing that run, I wasn't aware. It was just like when I was even this thing I did. Even when I came into the church, I was very deep in church. By now I would have been probably, because my best friend now is the head pastor of Redeemed Church, Western Europe. He's in charge of the whole of Western Europe. So if I went the same way I was going, but sometime I found out that this institution is they don't practice what they preach. That's why I say don't take people. You see somebody perform 2 hours on TV.
Niger Watch, you're muted. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
Niger Watch.
No. I deliberately muted that. Except if you guys want to hear it.
Okay, whose card is that? That's your
you can't hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Nigerians are building such houses all over the place now in Nigeria.
Yeah, Alex, have you seen this house of Lucky Benedio in Abuja?
No, but I've heard about it. I've seen it only online, only on TV.
I went there myself to record it. This is it. I recorded it myself. I recorded Abacha's house when he died.
I heard it's very huge.
Yes.
That's why we went to put Edo money. That man, we are coming for him.
Was Abacha a businessman? Was Abacha a successful businessman?
Abacha was a dictator now. He was a dictator that stole $5 billion.
I want to hear from these people that are giving him good history. Was he a successful businessman that he built this house?
Please, don't start, Johnny. Johnny, don't allow Naja was to anchor his program. Johnny, don't start.
What's to start asking about successful businessman? I think a lot of buildings have got EFCC kind of tax on them.
Johnny, you are a bit skeptical. You are being surgical right now with your questions. Abacha was a funny man who wanted to be in power forever. He wanted to be like Gaddafi. He wanted to be in power forever, and he wanted many souls to go down. The only mistakes he made was he didn't kill.
He did stabilize the country though after the June 12th.
I would have been happier if he had executed the political prisoners like Obasanjo and the rest who were in prison. Then I would have been happier.
And the guy is an action man though.
According to Tunaja,
he's an action man. You have to give that to him.
According to Tunaja, all of these atrocities that go on in Nigeria is to stabilize the country. Why don't they just stabilize it?
Now inside that store for them, now Peter be the ghost, so Abi.
That is just
somewhere around here. Yes, maybe people go there to say that maybe Peter Obi. I no go stay Abuja. I go Anambra, go build one better house with mud. I'm telling you. Oh,
that gives Nigerians trust issues.
Are you guys aware that
Omoye is just speaking my mind?
Are you guys aware that for the 8 years Obasanjo was in power, he never slept in this place up to 3 times?
I don't blame him, Mr. Alex, because the truth is that for Peter the Rock Obi, I'm very concerned about him because a man like that with such character and integrity, everybody they look for a way to get to him.
Obasanjo flies in every morning. He flies in every morning. Sometimes from Edo State, from his wife. He spent most time in his wife's area in Edo State. His late wife, Stella Obasanjo.
Yeah, I know, Abebe, right? So this Peter Obi, if I were him, if he's listening or his aides are listening, may they build a better house with mud. I'm serious. You know, say mud not good pass to live in than all this brick one with the state.
Exactly.
Build a correct house with mud, and mud there is very, very hard to penetrate. I'm telling you. Weapon wise, so if they build a house for somewhere like if now number and wants anywhere, I don't care, or in village, build them for anybody want to come visit her. May they come that place. I'm serious. That's just my own.
Nigerians with a lot of trust. That kind of stuff is kind of stuff that give Nigerians trust.
Did they not move this from Lagos? Maybe capital was Lagos before. Not be Babangida move
you don't want to be saying that any northern hears that they will be thinking, okay, that's what you are thinking.
The first Nigerian capital was even Calabar.
So see how beautiful Calabar is. No, there's nothing.
From Calabar to Lagos.
What is if northerners here? So not we did for years, so not be Abu Lagos we did before. We can't be infusing things like that, making it look like here to Nigeria. Are you trying to say we get Fulani and Hausa people all over the country? If
it's
so,
like
there's
telling
nothing.
Obama
It's for
not
the
to live in the White
protection.
House.
It's for the protection. I bet forget that. Not be
Mar-a-Lago.
Donald Trump almost didn't want to live in White House. He wanted to move from his house.
He avoided staying there a lot, but he did stay there.
He said White House was too dirty for him. He said White House was too dirty for him. That his toilet is made of gold.
Exactly, and it's true.
If
and he could have done it successfully because he had people support that didn't supported anything he did. So please,
for 2 months he was not in White House. For two straight months he was not in White House.
I think there's probably more DSS people protecting Peter Obi right now than even this.
No, he has a multinational security network. It's not all those Nigerian
life as much as possible because nobody wants anything to happen to him at this stage.
His security is even higher than your Buhari presidential.
Yes, that one is on his way out. Nobody cares about him anymore.
But if he becomes president, I would suggest that if I were him, I would live in Edo State because you have to kill everybody in Edo State to get to Obi because the love.
I'm telling you.
The love.
This area of Abuja is not so bad. Look at the road. Look at the road of this area of Abuja.
Even the spirit.
Why is it that? Hold on. Sorry. Why is it that the gutter always has to be exposed in Nigeria?
Because they don't have.
I don't know now. Ask your wicked leaders now. You're asking me.
By the way,
what kind of contractors is making this contract to that never says, you know what? I'm going to close the gutters.
I was thinking this morning. I forgot. Was this program they were showing? Actually, it was Emma's program. It was showing where a lady was being kicked out of the house by her husband's family, like a widow, right? So, but I looked around and I said to myself, if I was ever to be president, one of the biggest appointments I'm going to make would be a minister of class. Nigerians need to get some class. You don't need government to sweep your compound, sweep the market, keep your streets safe. I mean, to have an open gutter. Where the men? You're supposed to come together and take it. You have no class whatsoever.
Yeah, definitely. That one I will enforce it, man. I will take it seriously.
I'm telling you, our people don't have. I'm
sick of you seeing our country look like a dustbin.
You know what I'm saying? You have all these people, you have money, you're doing all these things, but look at your surrounding.
Yeah.
Look at the surrounding of everything. No gutter. Yeah. If you go from Abao to almost every city, you have one little thing for people to go into your own house. You will put something where your tire will cross. Which kind of foolishness be that? The government calls that one. You have to have some class.
And your house, they don't even want to paint it anymore. Your house, you will see the paint will just wash off and it has molds on it. They'll just leave it like that's natural paint. They don't even want to paint their houses anymore.
You blame them.
Hey, come on, take some pride.
Wait. Do you blame them? Is there an insurance? This house I'm living in now, if the whole house burns down, do you know that my insurance company will just replace it for me? Do you have insurance in Nigeria?
African countries too.
I know, but
John, they pay their houses.
Let me tell you what the way the market works. If there's a need, right? If there's a need, the market will come alive.
Okay, what are you telling?
Let me finish answering you. You said a very, very good point.
Are you telling me there's not a need for insurance in Nigeria?
Hold on. I'm saying if there's a need,
definitely,
right? Somebody would create that insurance.
No.
Hold
Pensa,
on.
Pensa,
I'm talking about.
This is important, Pensa.
But
you know how insurance works?
If you don't listen, you're gonna
Okay,
have to understand what I'm saying.
Listen to me.
Let me just land on that point because that's a very important key point. If there's a need, if those people need it, somebody will solve that problem.
So this
and,
is
and make the money on it.
No, Pensa,
it's
you
because
know that
you don't have
General
class.
Sani Abacha's guest house. According to the information, this is where he died. That was the information they gave to me. So
guest house, because guests did there. 2 guests were there with him when he died.
So,
wow. But anyway, so John, the point I'm making is that there's a civil society, there's government, there's private society, there's a market.
This is the house
where you have a
Pensa, but I think we're saying this. I think we're saying the same thing, but you're missing a point. I agree.
No, but I have to land in order for you to know if I'm missing it or not. If I don't land, you don't know. Because
who owns the house now?
And demand.
Is it a state house?
No, people are not living in there now. He died inside that one room there. Now they for that.
In Nigeria.
So that's John. That's the thing is that there needs to be awareness. You have to have some class. You have to have others do it.
Oh, wow, it's life
for their own house, for the neighbor to see. Because the question is, why do you have open gutter? There's absolutely no respect for oneself.
So let's go to Lucky Benedio's house.
Yeah, they drop rubbish all over the place. And Abuja is one of the best areas in Nigeria, and you can still see gutters all over the place. And look at all the stuff on the side of the road. You don't see that here in the West.
This is the part of Abuja where all of the embassies are. This is a very
this is supposed to be one of the best areas.
Yes, this is the
best area.
area.
Mitama is a very expensive area.
Yes, this is where all the embassies are.
Just look at that.
This is where all of the embassies are. Why,
Mitama is a very expensive area.
You can't expect white people to be living around
better than this.
Garbage. This is where all of the embassies
look at this. Just look at this. No organization, nothing. And this is the best. Look at that. Just look at the road. We can do better than this. It's just human manpower. We don't even need technology. We can't even get people to tidy up.
If the government establishes an agency that comes and does it, and
we need leadership. We lack leadership. It's government failure. We have drug addicts as politicians.
So all these houses here now owned by late Sani Abacha, all these fence that you are seeing.
Wow. Abacha must have been an amazing businessman. Look at his wealth.
Yeah.
Oh, come on,
Johnny, please.
He was in the military for a very long time. This guy went through all the ranks of the military to become a general.
No, he was a good businessman. He was selling sugar. He was selling sugar.
Abacha was probably one of the founders of Microsoft.
He owns all these estates.
Yes, he was selling sugar to the whole world. Sugar.
He was an early investor in Microsoft. He probably invested in all sorts of technologies and stuff.
Johnny, you pass for a comedian.
You see the face is very long.
he was probably look at this one. He was probably a businessman.
My Abacha house now they show and so.
Right.
Wow. That's beautiful neighborhood.
Abacha is quite a key figure. Now, they said he was the guy that removed the Buhari from office.
So this is
and
Lucky
foreign
Benedio's house.
This
is Lucky Benedio's house. Alex, are you seeing?
Yeah.
Let's see the Edo man style now.
So now Lucky Benedio's house.
Another very
former
good
governor of
businessman.
Edo State.
The former governor of Edo State. Another really creative businessman.
A criminal. We are coming for him.
Do you know what I did? I have to come down from the car and walk.
It's a very big criminal.
Yes.
Those are coming for him.
Just watch. It started from here and see, just watch. The
Edo money. Edo is finished.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, the former governor.
Naja, can you stop this video, please? I'm crying already.
It's my money.
Alex, at this rate,
treasury,
you are part of the
squander.
problem. At this rate, you are complaining. Make you go and sit on that chair
at
now.
that time. I said, lie, I will not delete it.
I'm not ready to be. I'm not ready to drink blood. Sorry.
That's a lot of money.
Does Elon Musk live in a house like this? Elon Musk.
I don't know. Africa madness. Black man.
This is where he lives. He's living till tomorrow. Is his house. Is his house where he lives.
No wonder Edo State be as you know, say as be like jungle. Edo State be like jungle. See all the money. See where they pack and come.
And Oshomole has something similar in now. Oshomole has something similar in now.
Oh God, their standards are so low, man. Come on.
Oshomole, a former governor in Edo State, also has something similar in Auchi. That one built a whole village for himself.
Just listen. Let me put
look at his house.
We are still going.
Let me put an audio.
We are still going. Lucky. Igbinedium's building in Abuja.
You can't even paint his fence. What is the use of all that money?
For 8 years. As you all know, Lucky didn't do anything at those states during the time of his reign. But this is one of his buildings here in Abuja. We are still going. Don't worry. Be patient with me. See? Started from all, it's like it owned all the street. It started from all that way.
Now watch, when you're back in the UK, make sure you get his house in the UK too. Make sure you look at his house in the UK also.
As you can see,
no, he has a house in New York.
Okay, New York.
Very massive. This is another close here called
his father owned a street in London. The whole
this is another gate
of Fleet Street,
which they said is subletted for other people.
The man has no taste. The man is tasteless and classless. I'm sorry. This Igbinedion is tasteless and classless.
You know
See at the house.
The people who actually
people we are live here in Abuja.
Oh my God! Even power based on of your guys. What else remains? Remaining there. Come on, man.
The former governor of Edo State.
These people are embarrassing.
Lucky.
If you know what they paid the people who built this
house, they say Suya for your house.
For main road.
I'm telling you, they are embarrassing. I'm telling you.
It's not embarrassing. She says citizens are corrupt. Look at your leader.
It's like
they are not even corrupt in style. This is just embarrassing, really.
Every land here is from 300 million.
How come Boko Haram?
I have a question for you. Can you pause it a little bit? Can you pause it? I have a quick question.
300 million they say
just to get a land, 300 million. A land only.
All these people that are stealing all this stuff. So when OB comes, because I believe in Biafra, but when OB comes, OB is going to now take all of this stuff from them, right?
OB is not coming to change it overnight. He will do his own. Did Buhari take it from them? Please let OB come first. Let him come first. Tell your guys back home to get their PVC first, please. John He.
Obi is a peaceful man. Obi will not come and probe anybody. So he's only coming to
he's coming for governance. We will see first. When we get there, we will see.
Was it not Cries that said that he has not come to change the
kingdom of Israel?
But the Cries, I don't understand.
Yeah. So
he's a peaceful man.
All right.
So this peaceful man is.
He's not going to change. He's not going to go after these other people. See, personally, I don't think he should. If I was him, I would give an amnesty. All the resources you have overseas, you now have the opportunity to bring it back to Nigeria. If you don't bring it back to Nigeria after this amnesty, will come after all of you with a vengeance.
And they won't
give amnesty.
And you think he will not do that?
I've been listening to your conversation, everybody. Please, can I say something here?
And they won't say something here.
Please, can I say something here? Please, members of the panel, can I say something? I've been listening here. I've not contributed. My question is this. Will there be anybody who will do like rolling in Ghana? Because without that, Nigeria will still go back to where they are.
Exactly.
That is the breakthrough.
Simple and plain.
Mr. Peter Okunayi, piece of Mr. Koda, if you start it, I will follow you.
So it's a simple question because without this, all this, what they call it, these people who are leading us, they will still mess up the whole system.
If you check Asia, they were more corrupt than Nigeria at a point. They were very bad in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 90s, 80s.
All right, my people.
But there is sanity now. It takes one step at a time.
Yeah, but
what happened in Asia?
If you check,
but this side of the road is not so bad though.
If you check, if you check Anambra State, all Obi had to do was to show an example. And after him, even when I was following the last election in Anambra State, if you see the debate between Soludo and Ozigbo, I was really proud of that very small state. What they could, they were on the subject just because of what somebody has already laid, the foundation somebody had already laid. So what we want is from Obi to come and set the foundation and give us an independent judiciary. If you just say if Obi sets the pace, I think and make everything transparent, I think it will be. It's only when you want to serve the people that you will even dare to become the president of Nigeria again.
That is correct. Let me use my last minute because Omoye, Kona, and I kept quiet, so all of you can talk to us. Let me use my 2 minutes to address.
No,
John
Mr. Pansat, we'll not give you 2 minutes. So that is self-acclaim.
He just outside himself.
How many minutes? I want to talk to John.
Just outside
how many
himself
minutes?
2 minutes.
I don't mind. What is it? A minute?
Self-acclaim 2 minutes.
I want to go sleep. I beg.
Me too. I want to talk to John.
Let's go to bed. Okay, Mr. Pansat, talk to us 1 minute.
Okay, John E., I'm trying to appeal to you as a brother from the southeast, Igbo man, Biafran. I believe that the whole country wants to get it right and bring some kind of justice to the country, equal playing field, renewal of Nigeria, because I believe that you yourself, probably you're a Pan-Africanist like me. We want Africans, black people all over the world to do very well. So my appeal to you will be to look at it from the lens of saying, you know what, let's try one more time. If it looks like the entire country will come together and elect people such as Baba Ahmed Dati, Peter Obi, and others, the Labour Party, a fresh new party that has a youth as the wind behind the sail, and then we'll try our best.
Okay.
Try to get it right.
All right.
So based on that, I want you from today to change that dialogue because a lot of people like you. It looks like you're a very smart person and you are very, recalcitrant in your beliefs, whatever it is that you go at it. So we need you.
All right.
To help us bring to fore the P2B administration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my people. I appreciate every one of you. At least we did about 9-10 hours today. I can't believe this. All right. Thank you, my people. I'm gonna be here again tomorrow.
Can I just say one thing to Pensec?
30 seconds, please.
Yes, Pensec, I believe I know you're an Igbo man, so let me just put it in English. They say that a patient dog, I know you've heard this before, but a patient dog who wants to get the fattest bone, hunger has killed him now, so he's no longer waiting for the bone anymore. Because he's been killed by ulcer. So this one where you guys are waiting for that fattest bone. You wait. Me, you'll be seeing me in Biafra.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
My people, join us tomorrow morning.
Thank you very much, Naija Watch. It's been real.
Thank you, everybody.
Please come back and confess the rest too.
I shall will. Good night. I thank everybody.
Thank you, Moyes Ghana. Thank you, everybody. God bless you all. Good night, my people. And God bless you now.